here she is, world. The most bestest honey in the whole wide world. Love you.
Thank you for choosing PRP Farms. We hope you enjoy.
Good morning. It's a rainy day here, and I'm trying to get ready for a farmer's market that we're going to be doing this weekend. We're going to go sell some of our eggs, and I'm doing some baked goods, and right now I'm working on some granola. So I thought I would bring you along with us. So I've got all my ingredients down here so you wouldn't be bored with my slow measurements. This is a double batch I'm doing, so it's going to be more than what I'm telling you that's on the recipe. But it's 4 cups of old-fashioned oats, 2 cups of coarsely chopped almonds, and the recipe that I follow had you put half of them in now and then half after you roast it. I just throw everything in at one time because I like them roasted. And then we have, let's see, this is my sunflower, pumpkin seeds, raw pumpkin seeds. It calls for half a cup. And then it calls for half a cup of shredded coconut. And I think the coconut is another thing that says add afterwards, but like I said, I like it all toasted. So all of my nut seeds, coconut, all of that goes in at the same time. Then we have 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of flax seeds. Oop, I'm spilling stuff over here. All of this goes over there together. Get all my flax seeds. We need all the goodness we can get. I eat this with my homemade yogurt or as just a cereal. So we're gonna mix this all good together in a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. It calls for half a cup of butter, which, like I said, I'm making a double batch, and usually I use my homemade butter from our dairy cows, but right now they have calves on them, so I'm not getting a lot of cream, so I'm kind of stingy with my butter right now. So anyway, we have half a cup of butter, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, I like cinnamon, pinch of salt, and I forgot the honey. And around here, we buy honey by the gallon because we use so much. This is local honey. Me and Super Helper, we just went and took a tour of this honey farm, and I was very impressed with their setup, the way everything is handled, the way they believe in keeping it local. They keep it all natural. It's raw, unfiltered honey. They do not use Roundup around their hives the way some beekeepers in the area do, which is a big thing for me because we do not like Roundup around our food or our animals. So I wish that I had the area for them to come set up here for us, for them to put hives on our property. We do have hives on our property by someone else, and I would like to get away from him because I found out that he does use Roundup around his hives, which I don't understand, because not only is it bad for us and our, you know, around our food and animals and stuff, but it kills the bees. It's bad for the bees. So why would you put that around your bees? That, I don't know. I just don't understand people sometimes. He's like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not. So I'm really wanting to get him off of our stuff. So, but I buy the other people's honey. I know their principles, and they're it's a family business, and they always give thanks to God for all that they've done. So anyway, I'm gonna put this over on the stove to heat. We just want to melt the butter mainly. So we're gonna heat that, and then we're going to stir this up good. And then we will, once we get it all, this all stirred together, and the honey and butter mixture all stirred together, we're going to put it on greased sheet pans and put it in the oven. Let's see, preheat the oven to 350. Then you want to lightly grease your cookie sheets. And like I said, I'm doing double batch, so I'm going to have a couple cookie sheets. And I'll get you a picture of this recipe. It's handwritten in my little book here. I got this several years ago at Lifeway on a Black Friday sale. I got a bunch of these real cheap. And I started writing down some of my favorite recipes in here. And I did it from my kids, because I can look back now and look at my grandmother or my mom's recipes that they wrote by hand, or my mother-in-law, my grandmother-in-law, and I love seeing their handwriting. It makes me feel close to them. So I started handwriting in this book some of my favorite recipes. And this recipe come from a lady on Facebook that has a page for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease diet. And, well, actually it's called Non-Alcoholic Fatty Liver Disease Diet Nutrition Support Group on Facebook. And her name is Ruth. And she for years has been researching the way you should eat if you have fatty liver, or to eat to keep from having fatty liver. And this is mainly her recipe. I added the raw pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds. She didn't have those, but you can add any nuts or seeds that you want. Like instead of the almonds, you could do pecans or walnuts. I just do almonds. They're easy. So anyway, let's see if I can get this up here where you can see it maybe. I'll try to remember to do a still photo. But anyway, maybe you can read my writing. But I'll be back in a minute when this stuff gets heated up. Sorry guys, I thought I was recording, and I wasn't. I had took a picture. But I'm just, I had poured the honey and butter with the cinnamon and salt over this and just stirring it up good. You just want to stir it up good until everything's coated. And then we're going to put it out on greased cookie sheets. Like I said, I'm doing a double batch, so it's going to be 2 big cookie sheets. If you want it to go faster, you can spread it out more, because you're going to cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes at a time. And then you're going to take, and you don't stir it, you want to flip it. Because if you stir it, you're not going to get all of that's browning flipped over. So you want to flip it and not stir it. So I'm going to get my pans out, and then I'll show you from there. Okay, we got our sheet pans out. And usually if I'm just doing it for us, I use my rendered lard from our pigs. But I've run out. I need to render some. Maybe that'll be a video. Would y'all want to see that? So I'm just using Crisco. You just want to oil it. You could spray it if you want to spray it. I try to not use a lot of the cooking spray. I'm trying to get better about, I have a little pump sprayer from, I think it's Pampered Chef. that I put olive oil in, so I try to use that for different things, but I just using Crisco for today. I try to be as healthy as we can, but there's just sometimes we just compromise a little bit for ease. So maybe I'm not that crunchy mama. So, okay, there's my pans greased. So move that out of the way. Move the cookbook over. And we're just gonna carefully pour this out. I'm still having to be careful with my left arm. For those of you, for those of y'all that don't know, I had shoulder surgery. I'm almost 9 weeks out, but I still have to be careful what I do and careful how I move it. So, careful how much I pick up. I'm probably still doing more than what I should be doing, but you know, farm life has to go on. Farm life with a farm wife. So, and then we're just going to spread this out. You could probably use one of the Silpat mats or something underneath it if you wanted to. I have, I think, just one of those that I use sometimes when I'm doing different breads and stuff, but I need to get me some more because I really kind of like those. But I use parchment paper for a lot of things, but I like the idea of having something reusable instead of so much disposable stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna get this in the oven. Like I said, you do it for 10 to 15 minutes until it's lightly browned. I mean, you take it out every 10 to 15 minutes and flip it until it's lightly brown. The recipe says 30 minutes, but usually it takes just a little bit longer than that. So I'll come back and show you when I flip it. Okay, we are back. We're pulling it out for the first, we're going to stir it. Not stir it, we're going to flip it. I'm not supposed to stir it. We're going to flip it. So that way both sides, all the sides will have a chance to get brown. You can see where it's browning around the edges. And I always make a big old mess flipping this, so I usually get it all over the stove and it just goes everywhere. But just take your time. Like I said, the recipe says about 30 minutes, but mine ends up going about 45 minutes. But I like mine a little bit browner. I like it crunchy. Just flip it around. Okay, sorry about that. The battery died when I pulled it out the first time to stir it, or flip it. So you kind of missed some of that, but here we are again. This is at the 30-minute mark. We're going to flip it, see how it looks, and we might call it good. No, I want it to go a little bit longer, maybe another 10 minutes instead of 30 minutes. 10 minutes instead of the 15 minutes. So we'll do it 10 more minutes and see how it looks. I was saying when the camera died, I'm not real good at this. I make a mess, so my stove is always needing cleaning. I'm always spilling something or something happens. Splattering, spilling. I'm trying to clean as I go. While this is in, I've been washing up all the dishes I used to make this and my milk milking supplies this morning. So always dishes to wash around here in the farm kitchen. So I'm either got milk stuff going or baking or cooking. I try to cook as much as possible from scratch with whole ingredients. But we still have our moments where we'll run grab something, or I'll do something easy. So I try to prepare as much as I can. Okay, here we go. We haven't been quite 10 minutes, but I'm really starting to smell it, so we're gonna go ahead and pull it. So I don't want to burn it. We just want to brown it. It looks real good. Smells. Oh my goodness, I love all the smells. You got the oats and the cinnamon and the nuts, and I always want to just dig in. Yeah, it looks really nice. We're going to turn the oven off, turn the timer off. I let it cool for a few minutes on the pans. And then I usually pour it in a big metal bowl like the one I mixed it in and let it finish cooling. And I usually, for here, I pack it in just mason jars with the plastic lids and store it that way. But I'll be cooling this completely and putting it in bags to sell it at the farmer's market. So that's my granola. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?